Uh, first things first, good morning and happy Friday. So, I don't really know what to make of what I just read earlier. Yeah, I just read a new chapter of One Piece that just came out today, and well, for starters, you know the concept that things don't always go as planned? Well, actually, I'll put a link to the chapter in the description if anyone wants to read it. But the concept of things not always going as planned is probably taken to the nth degree in what I just read. And that's not a good thing. And on top of all that, probably the biggest reveal happens at the very end of the chapter as to who a certain character is and what their relation to another character is. Let's just say 20 years actually can do anyone good for that matter. Wow. I am stunned. Although the chapter did something really cool at the very end. It actually took a giant map of Wano, which it's done before, but it's also shown like where every single character that's being portrayed in the arc is at any given time. So that's pretty neat. You know, you now have a general idea as to where everybody is via a very convenient map. The top of the map even reads the key figures in the middle of the chaos, which, yeah, it's been pretty chaotic so far, and we're only in the second act. We are only in the second act of Wano. They haven't even, like, they ended the first act, like, a couple months ago, and now they're just, we're still in Act 2. This is insane. I don't even know, like, what to make of any of this. And to make matters even crazier, I now have to wait 2 more weeks until the next chapter comes out. That I'm not happy with. Well, I mean, I should have known they would have done something like this eventually. I mean, we do get a string of chapters for several weeks in a row, and then, you know, Oda decides that he wants to take a break from, you know, creating, which it's fair considering what his work schedule is. I believe Monday through Wednesday, he goes over, Oda is the creator of One Piece, he goes over, like, what the story's gonna be. He uses Thursday through Saturday to finish drawing everything, and Sunday is used for finalizing it. And it doesn't sound so bad, but then you have to consider what his work schedule during the day is. He wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning, works all day, and then goes to bed at 2 a.m. I'm sorry, that was my computer right there. Yes. 3 hours of sleep. So, I really hope he uses this week to sort of, you know, fix, well, actually, this is, I mean, don't misunderstand me. I actually kind of like how chaotic this is so far. I really do. Because I really don't know what's going to happen next. So there's that. I mean, that is a sign of a good story if, like, you have no idea, like, what's going to happen next. And considering how long One Piece has been going on for, it'll be, 22 years this year. That gives you a brief idea as to just how, grand everything is being. Funny enough, up until around, up until probably now, the biggest year One Piece had in terms of publication was 2009. I believe that was around the time they were doing the Paramount War, or the War of the Best, or the Marineford arc, whichever you wanna call it as. And that was basically sort of a best hits album of what was going on. So, well, Oda did say that Wano was going to make Marineford look like a kiddie park, and it's definitely giving me a lot of hype, which, man, I hope pays off. Because there will be so much backlash if the Wano arc ends in a way that's not cool. I'm just saying that right off the bat. So yeah, yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, 2019 is going to be a pretty big year for One Piece if this keeps going the way it does. Which, of course, it will. Question is how. Well, as of right now, we have 9 months to see where it goes. I actually used to optimistically think that One Piece was going to end before I turned 30. Nope. I'll be lucky if I turn... The way it's going, I'll probably be like 35 when it ends. Which, right on. Going for more One Piece. That's always cool. Man, I've been talking about One Piece a lot today. I want to talk about something else. So, yesterday's episode of Hot Ones, Philadelphia 76ers player, Jimmy Butler, it was a great episode. He's actually really chill. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. He handled, the spicy wings, the wings of death as much as, or as little, depending on what you see, as like anybody else would. But he's actually really chill. And another cool thing, if any of you guys are Philadelphia 76ers fans, that makes the second Philadelphia 76er to ever go through the wings of death. The first one was Joe Embiid. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I never actually, I remember the episode, and I just can't remember, how to pronounce his name. I'm very, very, very sorry about that. But, yeah. So, in terms of basketball players, former and now, we have Jimmy Butler, Joe Embiid, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Durant, Kevin Love. We had Gabrielle Union, who's Dwayne Wade's wife, which, would anyone really count that? I don't know. I guess that's up for debate. Although, with that said, seeing as how Gabrielle Union and Chrissy Teigen have both been guests on Hot Ones, it shouldn't be much longer until we get the likes of Dwayne Wade and John Legend on there. Yeah, well, I get why John Legend couldn't do it now. He's busy doing The Voice, which I get. He'll probably do it after The Voice, like during like the interim when The Voice isn't happening. That's probably when, if I was him, that's when I would do it. But again, it's whatever floats the boat, I suppose. So yeah. if I recall correctly, a lot of baseball teams opened up yesterday. You know, it was Mets opening day, Yankees opening day, I think Tampa Bay. What is that? A lot of teams, you know, opened up yesterday or had their first games yesterday, which that's pretty cool. So we are officially in baseball season now. I know that there are plenty of baseball fans out there. I know I've been trying to really be into you know, other sports that aren't football, and I'd like to say I've been doing better about that, but I know I could do so much more in terms of what I could do to follow it. So I'm definitely going to try and follow baseball a little more. Basketball, I mean, the only things I know for a fact that have been going on of great significance is the fact that LeBron James wasn't able to take the Lakers to the playoffs is probably the 5th biggest disappointment of his career, which makes sense. I mean, again, I don't follow basketball like I should, but even I know of the tragedy that was the Dallas Mavericks beating the supposed greatest team to have ever existed. I still kind of get a laugh about that. I bet Mark Cuban from Shark Tank was really happy about that. That was really cool. So, yeah. There's the thing with the Lakers, and right now there's talks about the league MVP being between Giannis and Harden. And I was actually watching Undisputed the other day, and this one guy, Chris Boyard, who's actually a voter for MVP, he actually looks at 4 statistics when it comes to, you know, voting for the MVP. Individual numbers, you know, what that player did, you know, shots, points made, rebounds, assists, etc. Overall success, you know, how many wins did they have? Supporting cast, you know, what players did this individual have or didn't have around him? And historical significance or relevance or legacy. Historical something, whatever. Basically, like, an example of this is only several people have ever gotten the league MVP 3 years in a row. Like Larry Bird of Boston Celtics royalty is one of them. Magic Johnson did it. Nash almost did it. He just barely, like, missed the mark, though. Which, I mean, personally, if I was considered the MVP of anything, I would take that with gusto. You know, I'd be very, you know, humbled and hopeful. You know, that's just what I would do. So, yeah. That's what I've been trying to follow. I've also been trying to follow college basketball as well. I mean, we are in March Madness, even though that's weird. I'm still thinking it's weird that they have March Madness like at the tail end of March, and like we get into April, and now we're at like at the very. I mean, we're just now getting into the Sweet 16, which I guess you could say is about halfway through the tournament. So, you know, there's that. But I guess you would call it April aggravation? I don't know. March Madness and April aggravation. And I think I just came up with the title for today's video. So, I should probably stop talking before I completely overthink this. Well, nothing to do usual Fridays except go to Rita's later. That's going to be awesome. And again, and as a friendly reminder, if you practice the Christian or Catholic faith, it is the Lenten season, you cannot have meat today. So, no fish, no beef, no pork, no chicken, no turkey, no bacon. No, you cannot have bacon. I know, I'm trying to hold back tears from that, I'm not going to lie. Well, you know, there are other things you can do. You know, you can have milk, even though that's not really meat. You can have eggs. You can have fish. Or if you can have pretty much anything that has cheese in it that doesn't have meat in it. So that's really cool. Or, you know what? If you practice the vegan lifestyle, just continue doing what you're doing. You're literally just saving yourself, any kind of trouble doing it that way. So, yeah. Now I'm going to stop before I go over things too much. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I can really support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I am very humble that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm very hopeful that we have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It's the final Friday in March. I can't believe it. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices, everybody.